me around.
What are you doing?
You're me around.
Oh. What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep what recent news topics, tweets, videos y'all want me to talk about tomorrow. Yeah guys, no extended intro today, we're just going to jump right into the news. I just want to say thanks again for all the support. If you guys do like the videos, again, reminder, when you guys do subscribe and when you guys do like and comment, I know it's a crazy trope, you hear it all the time on YouTube, but it really helps out my videos and pushes it out, so thank you. So for the what you need to know segment, I have 4 things that you need to know. Number 1, Disney's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out yesterday. It's available for you to watch on Disney Plus if you haven't watched it already. Story premise is about the events that happened after the blip with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The plot is actually in the title. A lot of you guys asked me to give my review on the episode, which I've already watched, but I won't because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. So for those of you guys who always ask me to talk about episodes and stuff, just letting you know, like, I won't. Because there are going to be people watching this show who haven't watched it, and I don't do spoilers here. Number 2, and also in movies, Zack Snyder's The Justice League is available for you to watch, in case you guys didn't know, on, what is it, HBO Max. And yeah, in case you guys don't know what Zack Snyder's Justice League is, basically, Zack Snyder is the person who was originally supposed to direct the film back in 2017, and he had to step down due to a tragic family incident back in 2017. So then the film got made without him. So now that he is back, he made his own version of it. And yeah, you guys can go watch it. It's 4 hours long, and yeah, it's a very long binge. Number 3, and what you need to know in gaming, Among Us finally has a new map after all of these months, coming March 31st. Now you guys look at this tweet here, it says the airship is coming. The new map is our biggest one yet, including all new tasks, different starting rooms, preliminary account system, and more. Wake up your crew, it's almost time to inject imposters. And yeah, this is gonna be a pretty big deal. This is the first biggest major update to the game since it basically came out, and I'm guessing it's going to revitalize a lot of the Among Us content that you'll start seeing more of on YouTube. And last, on what you probably need to know, Miss Frizzle, the old school magic school bus teacher from the 80s, I don't know when she actually came out, but apparently she has a new look and people are going crazy about it. Like, this tweet has, like, I don't know what, 317,000 likes, and someone said, I don't know how to explain it, but the new Miss Frizzle is homophobic. That's just one of many tweets of people making comments about this new Miss Frizzle. For whatever reason, it's been trending ever since last night, and I guess it's a big deal, so yeah. Anyway guys, that's the needs to know segment. Let's get into the news topics that you guys wanted to talk about. So there are multiple of you guys who asked me to talk about the whole FlightReacts situation. In case you guys don't know, FlightReacts is an OG YouTuber who reacts to stuff and usually plays sports games. And yeah, something that happened last night with his girlfriend. There's a clip here. It says Flight soon to be X ends his stream. So let's go ahead and watch this clip. It's probably going to be a ride.
We can talk after. Just chill in the living room. Have that respect.
You have no respect for me. I don't want to hear respect.
I've been had respect for you all the time. Look, for real. Don't touch. Let me finish stream. I'll be off in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We can talk after. What are you doing?
I told you. Stop embarrassing me.
How is that embarrassing you?
That is embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because you're me around.
What are you doing?
You're me around.
Oh, dang guys, it looks like she cut off the stream mid-stream. You hate to see it happen. Anyway, yeah, if you go to the girl's account, apparently her name is Drea. I've never heard of her until today. But yeah, apparently she said, I told y'all we end up together. This always happens. This was after the whole fiasco happened on Twitch when it got shut down. And then she starts talking about birth control. I don't know. But yeah, she was basically like, yeah, it was a prank. Me and Flight are back together. And yeah. However, if you go to Flight's Twitter account, he posted it this morning at 5:27 a.m. He said, finally got her out of my crib after 5+ hours being held hostage. She wouldn't leave. Don't believe anything that was posted. I'm still single. Video explaining everything ASAP. Keep that same energy for ones talking down. So yeah, 2 different stories. She said that they were in a fight and they made up, and he's like, nah, bro, this is I was trying to kick her out of my crib for 5 hours, bro. She's abusive. So yeah, and then Drea responded about an hour ago after she found out what he said, saying, I can't believe how you're making me look. Sad face. I see your true colors. Held hostage, question mark. After we had just had sex, GMFU. Laughing, smiling emoji. She's laughing, crying, but my guess is that she's crying in the inside. Followed by, I was sleeping so peacefully to wow, and I held no one hostage with my 5'3" looking butt, with a bunch of emojis. By the way, it doesn't matter how tall or short you are in a situation or a relationship, there can be a power dynamic regardless of height. That's just a fact. So yeah, long story short, their entire relationship got aired up. I don't know the specifics or the details of their relationship. I don't know how they interact, but I do know that cutting off somebody's stream, that's really messed up. Like, that's a cutting off somebody's stream, cutting off one of their video games. I don't know, y'all. To me, that feels like the kind of energy that someone who was abusive would do to purposely kind of exert control over somebody else. That's the type of person who would throw your PS5 out the window. That's the type of person, like, I couldn't mess with that. And to me, that's extremely disrespectful. But yeah, that's the whole situation in a nutshell. Apparently FlightReacts is going to make a response video talking about what happened. I don't know, so we'll get the truth later on. But yeah, just some interesting morning, drama between two people that I barely even know for you guys. So you guys, is one that a lot of you guys asked about David Dobrik, and there's an update to basically his situation of him being canceled. Again, we talked about him before. We talked about how there's been a lot of allegations about him coming out with him and the vlog squad, and everybody on the internet has been talking about it, and people were wondering, will he get canceled or will he just walk away scot-free like James Charles? Will they get canceled like Shane Dawson or slap on the wrist James Charles? And guys, it kind of looks like he's getting canceled. Dexerto made this magazine, and a lot of people were talking about how sponsors dropped David Dobrik after Vlog Squad controversies, EA, HBO, and more. A statement from Dexerto said a report from Business Insider states that Dobrik's sponsorship from grooming brand Dollar Shave Club has ended. Delivery service DoorDash explained that they are profoundly condemns the behavior of the Vlog Squad members and FIFA developers EA Sports, who once gifted him a Lamborghini for a YouTube video. What the hell, fat? Have no plans to continue their relationship. So yeah, guys, this is getting real. This is after David Dobrik's apology that he made. It was like 2-minute apology video where he spent, about a minute and a half talking about how much he likes making content. Spent like 10 seconds apologizing to Seth, and then he spent like 30 seconds, throwing somebody else under the bus, Dom. Literally everyone and their mom has made a video about this. I'm just waiting for D'Angelo Wallace to seal the deal and cancel this man into infinity, because that's basically what's going to happen. Yeah, the thing that I find kind of like interesting about this situation is that a lot of YouTubers like, PewDiePie and Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein, they were basically talking about David Dobrik and how much of a bad guy he was in the background. And now that all of these things are resurfacing, people are like, wow, okay, he really was garbage. And yeah, but I mean, at the same time, he's already kind of reaped the benefits. Like, this man's got billions and billions of dollars. Like, I guess if he was a bad person in the background, if he did some bad things, I mean, I don't think that makes him his entire character, but he's already profited off all the things that he would be getting canceled for anyway. We'll see what happens. I basically said this in the last video we talked about David Dobrik, that 2-minute apology is definitely going to backfire on him, and he's going to have to come back and respond again in more detail, because the first one was just complete garbage doo-doo butter. So yeah, a lot of you guys referenced this article to me too as well. I think this was actually the day before yesterday, but I didn't actually make the video because I got a little bit busy. But yeah, you guys said Instagram will no longer let adults message teens who don't follow them, keeping weirdos out of your DMs. Wow, this is a rare social media W. Like, So yeah, guys, I'll just quickly read this for you guys really fast. It says Instagram is introducing new policies limiting interactions between teenagers and adults to make its platform safer for young users. The app has banned adults from direct messaging teenagers who don't follow them, and is introducing safety prompts that will be shown to teens when they DM adults who have been quote-unquote exhibiting potential suspicious behavior. Safety prompts will give teenagers users the options to report or block adults who are messaging them. The prompts will remind young users not to feel pressure to respond to messages and to be quote-unquote be careful sharing photos, videos, or information with someone you don't know. That's good. That's hype. I feel like that's a practice and a common practice that should be going across all social medias, like everywhere. Like, I feel like social media, Discord, Twitter, Facebook, everything should have age restrictions when it comes to 18. And then when you have any kind of cross communication between an adult and someone who's not an adult, there should be some kind of warning, some kind of added like protective step to kind of keep kids safe, because I feel like that's exactly what's going on, is that all these older people or these adults, these 25-year-olds are messaging teenagers, and yeah, it's just like going through free. There's no barriers at all. Anyway, continuing, it says notices will appear when Instagram's moderation system spots suspicious behavior from adult users. The company is not sharing detail on how these systems operate, but says such suspicious behavior could include sending quote-unquote a large amount of friend or message requests to people under 18. The Facebook-owned Instagram says the feature will be available in some countries this month. They did not specify which, and available globally soon. That's awesome, yo. That's really, really good news. So Instagram is basically setting up a way to stop these child predators, basically. Like, here's an image you can see here. It says Travis W, do you know this person? And basically saying, hey, I really like your profile. Are you going to follow me back? It would be nice to talk more. Smiley face. And here's a safety notice when someone like Travis W, Travis Shreds 18, wants to talk to a little kid. It says, things you can do. You can restrict them, you can report them, you can block them. It also has a bunch of things like don't feel pressure to respond, only share with people you trust, your safety comes first. I love it. I love it. Looking at this right now makes me feel like why wasn't this a standard in the first place? Like I never realized it wasn't a standard, and now seeing it, I'm like, yeah, now I want it to be the standard for every single social media platform out there, because there's just way too much cross chatter between adults who have no business talking to young teenagers. Now, obviously, I guess there's workarounds, you know, like adults can catfish and mass parade as a young kid, you know, like they're not taking license verification for all of these platforms, at least not yet. And yeah, it can, you know, vice versa. A teenager can act like that they're an adult and change their age limit. So yeah, but that's just more hurdles and barriers, and they're making it a lot scarier for the people who want to do illegal activities, because yeah, there's more surveillance around there. There's more of a chance that you'll get caught. So I like it. That's good news. Social media usually doesn't get good W's. They're usually garbage when it comes to news and announcements and stealing your information and stuff like this. But if they use our information to keep kids protected, then I'm okay with that. All right, fellas, this one is a doozy. My boy Diddle said Dream stands being canceled for sending death threats to a gimmick account, followed by the way, hi Omni. Hey, what's up, Diddles? Guys, I know what you're thinking. Dream drama. I can't stand it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I'm right there with you guys. However, this specific situation is absolutely huge. For the past 24 hours plus, there has been drama that's been stirring around Dream and his stans, basically harassing this account. And for the entirety of the past 2 or 3 days, there have been like multiple hashtags of hashtag cancel Dream or hashtag cancel Dream stans. There's been multiple hashtags in the hundreds of thousands about this specific situation, and basically addressing the whole Dream stan situation as a whole. The internet is pissed off at Dream and his stans. So yeah, guys, this was the tweet that started it all. Dream had made a tweet on March 6th, which was actually about 14 days ago. And then yeah, Awesome Nintendo Facts basically quote retweeted the fact, and this was actually March 17th. So he did this about 11 days after the fact, which is kind of weird. But he said, Nintendo Fact, this was the least deserved thing I've ever seen. There is no reason this guy should be as popular as he is. Woof, that's a hot take. Replying with, you can enjoy his content if you want. I won't judge. I've just had some bad experiences with his stans. They think being edgy is the funniest thing in the world. So yeah, pause. I'm going to pause right here and comment on this little mark right here. I don't see the correlation between hating a person and basically saying like he doesn't deserve to be popular or famous, and then basically saying, yeah, I don't like him because of his stans. You know, there's two separate issues there. Like this situation is comparing apples to oranges. It's like the whole thing with like Undertale. You know, when everyone likes Undertale the game, but they hate the fan base, therefore they hate Undertale the game. Like, no, you can't do that. So in my opinion, this tweet is kind of garbage already, but you know, it's just him giving his opinion. Yeah, we'll continue. But yeah, apparently the Dream stans didn't like what they heard, and they replied to it, and he basically said this: I'm getting absolutely effing tired of it now. My accounts are still being flooded with Dream stans. The community is an absolute butthole of a community. I do not respect any of the BS me or my supporters have been given, and you guys need to get an effing life already. Continuing, I had an opinion worded semi-poorly because obviously the dude can be entertaining, but I have no effing respect for his absolute dog poop community. If it's not death threats, people telling me to die, it's people defending those, saying that stuff to me. Effing unacceptable. And finally, and I'm sick of hearing the quote unquote, not all of us are like that, but a big % of you have proven me right every effing hour now. I'm sick of this BS and I'm tired of not being fully honest about it. They've locked my accounts multiple times for no effing reason, effing done. So yeah, guys, the Dream stans were really pissed off at this guy and his Twitter account, and I'm guessing they were probably mass reporting his account and basically getting him suspended and locked on Twitter by harassing him, sending him messages, sending reports, flagging him, false flagging. It's all of them just stampeding at once. And yes, I agree that his original tweet was garbage, but that doesn't necessitate an assault from an entire fan base of people who are like, how dare you have this opinion of Dream? How dare you slander our king? Now we will make your life miserable. Like, he doesn't deserve that. You're entitled to your opinion to say things, but you're not, you shouldn't be harassed and abused and receive death threats over it. So yeah, Awesome Nintendo Facts added, I made this account to try and make people laugh, to post wholesomeness and positivity, and to be able to hopefully make a change, bringing in a community of love, but people have marked me as the enemy for my stance on Dream. I'm not gonna effing apologize for what I said, because I genuinely feel like this community is the worst effing community on Twitter and overall has done more harm than good. When I call out the stuff that they do, they don't accept that it's messed up and instead once again mark me as the enemy over a single tweet opinion. So yeah, guys, if you go to the hashtag cancel Dream stans, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess between Dream stans who are basically being more toxic and people who are trying to cancel Dream Stance. It's an all-out war of multiple sides, both fighting the entire situation. If you look at this one, this is the biggest one that I've seen so far. It says the knife or smash. He tweeted this. While I don't necessarily agree with the term cancel, I do think that something needs to be done or addressed by Dream directly because they have gone way too far, way too many times. And if you read this, it says, why cancel Dream Stance is trending. We are not trying to hate on people who like Dream. If you're a fan of him, that's absolutely fine. What's not fine is sending death threats to people. This has been an issue for a while now and it needs to be addressed. I repeat, it is okay to like Dream, but what we want is for Dream to discourage this kind of behavior or at the very least send a message to say that this is not okay. There are way too many stans who do this type of stuff to the point where it shouldn't even been called a vocal minority. It is an issue and it needs to stop. So yeah guys, as of this morning, the actual Dream on one of his biggest of accounts, Dream was taken, which is I think his biggest one outside of just Dream itself. But yeah, he said this community has gone way too far. A bunch of mostly teenagers enjoying watching content creators and making friends with each other. I have never seen anything quite as disgusting. Hashtag cancel Dream stans. All right, this is going to be a read because I particularly don't like the way that Dream phrases a lot of his tweets. I guess he's very pompous and he's very proud and his ego is just all over the place, but I'm going to try to read it and be neutral because that's what I try to do. He continues, first it was the Twitter account with 0 followers and a Dream profile picture tweeting something weird. Then it was the other Twitter account with 2 followers being toxic. Then it was that weird fan art that I had to seek out to find and has nothing to do with me. I'm rolling though. People are ridiculous. So many people that get upset on my behalf for things they should just ignore. Instead, they use to generalize millions of people. I thought that my fans were supposed to be the children. Squiggly smile face, followed by, obviously I don't support death threats or threats at all or any kind of disrespect and I call it out all the time in my community, but people who do those things know that it's wrong and do it anyway. Quote, just tell people to stop murdering, end quote. Murder rate drops to 0. So yeah, Dream is basically saying it's the vocal minority that are actually the stans who are being problematic, and that even if he was to come out and say, hey, stop doing this, which he is saying that he's done several times, it's not going to really do anything. It's actually going to accomplish nothing, hence him using the metaphor of saying, hey, stop murdering people, and then the murder rates decrease to 0. And finally, he ended with, according to Twitter statistics, only a very small percentage of my fans are toxic, so if you generalize all of them, consider educating yourself, exclamation mark. It's free and you can always change your mind later. /J, I think /J means /Joe. So, God, I just hate the way this guy tweets, man. I do, man. Like, I don't dislike his content. I think he makes good content, man, but I really hate his internet persona. It's like, it's so unnecessary for him to be this kind of like passive aggressive, it feels like. Dream is by far not the biggest, most popular person on the internet. Though Minecraft YouTubers right now are pretty huge, Dream seems to have the only toxic stan fan base that is consistently doing these things over and over again, in my opinion. It's specifically him. Like, you hear about Corpse Husband, you know how big he is. He has a crazy amount of clout. You don't hear about Corpse Husband stans destroying and trending things for no reason in a way that's toxic. Like, they're not doing that. There are a lot of people who have big fan bases who aren't coming out here and being problematic and toxic, and there is probably a specific reason why you, Dream, have such a crazy huge toxic environment. There is a chance that you might be fostering it, in my opinion. Like, guys, like, I don't get it. There's a difference between stans and fans, okay? And whenever people start, complaining about the actual stans of Dream like replies in a way where he's like, not all fans. And we're like, bro, we're not talking about the people who like you. We're not talking about the people who support you. We're talking about this toxic user base of people who stand you in a way that's completely unhealthy, that you're not denouncing consistently enough. And this is the point where Dream would become defensive. He'd be like, yeah, I told him to stop a long time ago. I tell him to stop all the time. But when we find out when he told him to stop, it's usually after many people have already been asking him to do so. And back then, this was with him doing it on other accounts, like his smaller accounts, being like, hey guys, please don't be bad. Like, he doesn't really take a very firm, big foot down on his stan community that exists, and he makes it seem like it's just not everybody. Instead, he's much more passive aggressive, and he says to himself, hey, it's not everybody, and please don't mix someone with my fans. It's just a small percentage, blah 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 blah. Let's keep it moving. Some sarcastic attitude where he's just kind of playing /J. Like, I can't vibe with it, and it's not a really big, huge fan of the guy. I don't hate him. It's nothing personal or anything like that. I do not hate Dream. I actually like his YouTube content. I actually like the Manhunt series. I'm not out here basically saying he doesn't deserve his subscribers or anything like that. I'm just watching his interactions, and I just don't feel like he's realizing how people feel. He doesn't seem to have a lot of empathy, but maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe that's just how he feels, and whatever. That's just Dream for you. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Do me a favor. If you made it to the end and you haven't left a like, just a reminder to please leave a like and comment. Let me know how you guys feel about all the situations that happened below. I know you guys have a lot of feelings about Dream as well, so go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. You guys stay hydrated, have a safe weekend, and take it easy. Peace.